Yeah. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Uh-oh, the stream went down.
Yeah, High Spirit said it was going to go down in a sec because of the 48-hour
hours.
limit.
Ah. There.
Are we back? Excellent.
Yes, we're back.
We did not miss anything important. Shogun and I are just taking pot shots at each other.
We're only missing the tragic death of a beloved loved one. It's fine.
You getting out of Brave Man? I'm afraid not, buddy. You're committed. It would be fantastic to see more full-game Breath of Fire 2 runs appearing. I think a whole bunch of us are sort of like sitting on the fence like, yeah, we'll get to them soon. Any day now. This is you, me, Rubble, and Blink who've all been talking about it.
I really tried last week, but
You did.
like I said, the work stuff came up.
You made a sincere effort. My excuse is I am just in post-thesis coma. I submitted 93 pages of mathematics last month, and I've just been a zombie ever since. Alright, we have achieved Burb. We are Burb. Burb is go, Burb is the verb. Oh, I hope they overlook it. Nobody should read that thesis.
Make sure to grab the ever so rare Wise BL.
Yep. You're gonna have to... No, the only person who will be required to address me as doctor is Pax.
And I will not be doing that.
Dr. Charles.
So, what you just saw me do there, walking to the edge of town and then coming back in here, is the Toucan strat, named after Touchan. Delightful streamer who discovered that during a casual playthrough. They have never speedrun this game. I had no idea that that is how that plot trigger worked. You do not have to actually walk out of town, which prompts a dialogue box about how you aren't able to get out of town. You just have to walk onto the very last tile before the trigger. It saves a whole 2 seconds doing it this way. And it is the best 2-second time save in the entire run because of who discovered it. Alright, and for the second time today, we have jumped into a toilet.
See? Told you it was not going to be the last time that happened.
Yep. But this one is the last time. We're done with our toilet adventures after this. Trust these things. I'm gonna throw all fire rocks at them. Okay. hello to Pika. Alright, we're out of the toilet again. We jumped into the toilet because it was our only escape route. The emergency toilet exit. Standard in most dungeons. And, fortuitously, where we come out also has the best fishing rod in the game. Which means that we can now start acquiring the good stuff. So first we have to go make some friends. With the Resistance. Blush with anticipation. 8 out of 10 on the pun. Solid execution. Stream elements with the slightly delayed live notification.
Yeah. Look, it's fine. It's still early. We're all waking up. We're all waking up 5 hours into this run.
Are rapidly approaching the end game. Based on my goofing, I would say probably we're just under 2 hours left.
Look at that. Isn't that exciting?
Right? I can go have breakfast. I really had no appetite when I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, so I do have a couple of snack bars in reach if I get really hungry. For the most part, I'm subsisting off of my military-grade coffee mug.
Nice. Straight up Mountain Dew for me.
Mountain Dew it. Puns are truly the pinnacle of humor. Alright. Now, for my favorite dungeon, Thvstomd.
Yeah,
I love Thvstomd.
I can't even chalk that one up to a translation error. It's just straight up spelling mistakes.
So Thvstomd has this really interesting mechanic where there's these faces all over the floor, and after a fight on a face, you get a random effect. One of the effects of the yellow face is it teleports you to the end of the dungeon. 3 out of 16 chance. We are rolling those bones.
If we get it quickly enough, it's a time save.
Yep.
If we don't, it's not.
Yeah, I
but
think
we're doing it anyway.
I think if you get it 4th try or sooner, it's faster than walking on average. 3rd try, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think everybody has Mountain Dew, right?
Yes, we have Mountain Dew here.
Yeah, we certainly have Mountain Dew here.
Do you have ketchup chips down there?
Seasonally.
I think most of the stereotypes about things that one of us has that the other one doesn't are mostly outdated now. I think Canada and the US have become just sort of one monolithic monoculture. For the most part. With exceptions, obviously. I will never comprehend American football, for example.
That's just because we're not sports people, period.
No, like, I get sports. I've played a sport. You've played a sport. We were on a high school sports team, Pax. We're jocks. But, like...
We're really not, man.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, American high school and college football just does not have an analog in Canada because no one up here takes sports that seriously.
That's true.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now, where am I headed? Island Armory, that's right. Here, Mother Robe, Switch, Brave Armor, that, Sun Mask, Holy Shield, alright. Now we are armored. That is by far the most expensive and most powerful selection of armor in the game. And we bought all of it.
And it's just on a random island.
Yeah, just chilling out in the middle of nowhere. I
Yeah,
gotta say, I wonder about that guy's business model.
yeah.
But it works out
You
for
can-
us.
Yeah, you can only access his wares if you have a magical bird or a flying castle. Those are your options. Probably doesn't get a lot of business. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that guy's... I'd be interested to line up the BOF 1 and BOF 2 maps. I wonder if that guy's shop is in the same location as the weapon guru guy in Breath of Fire 1.
Yeah, you got a point there. All right,
The B-Rain guy.
I'm going fishing.
Yeah.
I have gone fishing. The studliest weapon in the entire game is just hanging out in the water here. Look at that beautiful, beautiful offense stat. Call it.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
So, fun fact, older any percent routes used to buy another pair of Hero BT, which is the accessory we gave two up to Rand, and they would give them to Ryu. The Hero BT is just plus 10 to your offense stat, which is nice. Like, we take that. Good numbers. The funny thing is actually not worth giving to Ryu, because between when you buy them and now, Ryu really doesn't make very much use of his physical attack. He starts using it a lot more when you get the Empire Sword. The problem is the Empire Sword is too strong. You saw my offense stat there was 259. When Blue casts attack up on him, it's doubled. So 259 doubled would be 518. The problem is that 511 is the offense cap. Ryu is actually already offense capped. The Hero BTs would do nothing. They aren't pushing it off. That is a solid argument. I have no rebuttal. You can actually fight this guy, but it's an unwinnable fight that has no significance. He beats you up and then the plot just continues.
You sure you're not going to try to get the secret room in Bando, Charles?
Nope. That is left for Hundo percent, but it is required in Hundo percent. Because Hundo percent has like an all bosses stipulation as well as all treasure chests, and there's both a a static warrior fight in those secret rooms, and a couple of boxes.
But think of how much extra money you could donate to charity. So for people not getting the joke, there is a segment coming up in the Bando Church where there's a hallway with some switches, and when you stand on the switches, it moves the door around so you can access different rooms. Just a few years ago, something was discovered kind of by accident, where if you AFK on the button that moves the door for how long?
I think it's
I think
3
like
minutes?
5 minutes.
Somewhere between
Yeah,
3 and 5 minutes, yeah. It
for
is
several
minutes.
Yeah, for several. If you AFK on the button for a number of minutes, the door continues to move and opens up some new rooms, which allow you to access the Holy Shaman earlier than you normally would, which isn't really relevant because, in the speedrun at least, because we don't really bother with it. But it also opens up a little optional mini-boss. So it was a neat little secret that, like, again, this game is old, but someone didn't really find that out until within the last 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah, it's
I've
been
lost
about
all
that
track
long.
of time.
Oh, I
But
know.
yeah, like
Post-COVID time is one ephemeral mass.
what are years? You know, 2013 was somehow 11 years ago, but also only like 6 years ago.
All right, we are fighting a footman. Yeah, no problem, Rubble. It seems kind of unjust that you have to prepare for the week on a Saturday. That is not what Saturdays are for. But thanks for watching. Have a good time. Also, I've like missed 3 splits. Oops. Okay.
All right, back. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem.
No
Welcome
problem.
back. So, almost all the enemies in here are the same spirit type that we've been encountering previously, which means fisticuffs with Rand are highly effective. Doing this glitchless, you either have to use attack up on Ryu, and since the Empire Sword isn't wholly elemental, it's significantly less effective, or you have to use dragons, which requires menuing after each fight to heal his AP. Either way, it's pretty slow. This, by contrast, is delightfully quick.
Would there be a way to maybe like keep the soul sword and make Bando go faster and glitchless?
The Soul Sword's power is so much lower than the Empire Sword that even with the elemental bonus, I doubt it would be better.
Sure.
I'll just be back in a minute.
Sure. Nice. 800 damage. That is a good number.
Big number good.
Alright, here is the moving door. We have to yeet it all the way down the hallway. $999. You get him, Rand. Holy.
Wow.
Okay, if he's damage capping, I probably don't need to attack up against those. He does need it against the Livermaw, but I did not realize that he did that much damage.
That was broken. Time to go face the Necro Man.
Those spiders are the only non-spirit things in here. Fortunately, they're weak to fire, which makes them similarly easy to deal with. Okay. A quick heal. Oh, I'm already...
And big numbers certainly aren't good in golf.
Okay. Defend, 2 fire rocks, and a moon drop. Can do. Also, yeah, it turns out this guy was a spooky skeleton the whole time. And... I didn't need to moondrop at all. They did no damage to me. What is this? How dare you be so ineffectual?
Free Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah. Alright, those some levels. And now we fight the Necroman.
Come on, Charles, make a pun.
He has the Necroplant.
Necroman, comma, sir. Nice grammatical pun.
This guy's boss design's so cool.
I just appreciate that he's weak to both fire and holy. It makes it very, very speedy.
Shout out to the 30-year-old sprite work in this game.
Oh, I am personally of the opinion that Breath of Fire 2 is the single prettiest Super Nintendo game. I'm aware that you could make a solid argument for Super Mario RPG, but I personally like BoF 2 better.
Super Mario RPG is pretty in a different way.
It is a very different kind of animation. Okay. Take off the Holy Scarf for Mina. Fast Shooter Ryu. Heal.
Yeah, Void, I've always loved those long-range sword attacks in this game.
I'm not sure how Taiga is able to disguise himself as a balding old man, but
Power of latex.
I guess? Is he just like wearing a guy's face?
Cat, on the other hand, wearing a nun's habit, probably deserves more fan art than it presently has.
Look, I think it's probably for the best that this game does not have some kind of, like, modern console HD remake, because
That is
far too many
probably
many people would go far too uncomfortably feral over the whole thing.
as they should, honestly.
So we, for those keeping score, we are starting to really get into the meat of the plot. It's, you know, kind of funny that we have to get into, you know, hour 5 of this 7-hour run to really get into the meat of the plot, but
There is
here
a
we
plot
are.
to be had.
There is a plot happening, and we're infiltrating organized religion, and you know, we're learning that, like, their members of the church and stuff have been demons, and like, what's going on? Clearly the church is not as good as it claims to be, and people are going, you know, Rand's mom went missing, she was taken by the church, it's a whole thing.
It's a delightfully sacrilegious game for being released in the US in the 90s.
Yeah, like, this game goes hard and does not really pull its punches very much.
Absolutely nothing bad happens at this church.
Yep. Incidentally, do you collect pressed flowers? If you don't get it,
Ooh.
sit tight, give it 5 minutes.
You'll get it in a minute. Pressed flowers, what's wrong with you?
Look, I've played this too many times. I can't take it seriously anymore. Also, it would probably not be a terrible idea for somebody to let Zeld know that I'm probably going to slide in comfortably half an hour underestimate. From this point to the end of the run, Like, assuming nothing interesting happens, we're on like a 6:30 to 6:35 pace, and even if something interesting does happen, I don't think it'll take longer than 6:45. Although, I guess add 10 minutes to that because of the reset at the beginning.
Right. So...
Yeah, rolling in 6:45 or shortly after. In other words, about half an hour underestimate, which is not too bad for a really long-a-thon, where runs are just under or overestimate by entire hours. The estimate I submitted, I think, was 7:15, and that's sort of the everything goes wrong estimate. And only half of the things have gone wrong.
Yeah, some plots happening. NPCs that we care about are being kidnapped. It's a whole thing. It's fine. There's really nothing to see here.
Oh, fight! As much as the translation does let it down a little bit, this is actually high drama for a Super Nintendo game.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yep. He done did a murder or two there.
He's dead. He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
I will say it's a little. It kind of lets the scene down a little bit that the Taiga boss fight, where you can't win, is optional, because it really sets up just how big of a deal this guy is. That he just like one shots Taiga no problem, and you could not beat Taiga in a straight fight.
And blue cat. Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a meme.
You can be both.
You can be both, that's true. I am both a doctor and a meme.
Not yet.
That's true, I haven't actually defended the thesis yet. I will be a doctor. I am presently a meme. Okay, Thunder Dragon, heal Ryu. So, yeah, cat fight, but it's dragons, which is pretty cool.
Oh yes, it turns out that he was a dragon all along. Dun dun dun.
Alright, and now we get the bad sauce. That is non-lethal. It does not actually make any difference. Alright, and now we have unlocked the purple guy. It's a little unfortunate that we don't get more use out of G-Dragon in the speedrun, but the animation is just so slow. And hardly any random battles actually call for it, because most things die to a Thunder Dragon anyway. Okay.
That's okay, that's what the glitch was for.
Holy Scarf to Ryu. Fast Shoes to Cat. Tori. Alright. Second last dungeon. Let us go.
Dang, we're almost there.
Still have some extraneous fire rocks to use up. Oh, do the Argards resist fire? Yeah, they do. I think this is still good enough. Yes. Those fire rocks continue to be fantastic. I forget. I think that was originally MCon's route, was working the fire rock shopping into it. Don't absolutely quote me on that. I am sometimes wrong.
That's a bad thing to admit to when you're, in the middle of a PhD.
Nah, being wrong is part of the game. Oh, I think I'm getting a special delivery. Yeah, come in. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. That's a fresh coffee. Walked its way straight to my desk. Okay, this is a double fire rock. Oh, I got so many of these things left. Bring it. Yeah, I was definitely not optimally using fire rocks earlier in the game. I should not have this many still left. That's me being rusty. Although, to be honest, I'm not sure if I was ever not rusty at any percent. This is not my primary category.
Again, hence my surprise at you not doing any practice runs.
Who needs practice? We're doing it live. So, something that I don't think I've explained yet. You see me shuffling back and forth when, like, why don't I just leave Rand in the front of the party since he's going to need to bonk another wall down in a minute? And the reason is the Holy Scarf item, which reproduces the smoke effect, the Glass Dagger. That is a rare drop. The Holy Scarf effect only works if the person in the front of the marching order in, like, the current screen is the one holding the Holy Scarf. Currently, Ryu's holding the Holy Scarf. So when I shuffle to Rand, I've lost my Holy Scarf effect. I'll get more encounters. So I just shuffle to Rand, bonk the wall, and then switch back to Ryu to get the smoke effect back. I can summon Coffee. This wasn't summoned. This was more just a happy accident. The coffee spontaneously appeared of its own free will. Also, for my money, this... My timing is off. This... Please go, I don't want to die in front of you guys, is, for my money, the most heartstring plucking line of dialogue in the game.
Yeah. Because it's just so, like, earnest, right? Like, I want to die in front of you guys. It's very real.
I will also
Yeah,
say
very-
this is very... Okay, actually, Tina can probably speak to this more than I can, because Tina is much more familiar with Japanese culture, but the stereotype about media coming from Japan is that what Breath of Fire 2 does is a thing. And what Breath of Fire 2 does is, like, Rand is the grizzled old man veteran looking out for all the young kids. Rand is canonically 22.
Very like Brock energy.
Yeah. Alright. So, Rand is alive, and we have a couple mini-bosses coming up. Do I need to do any preparation? No, I just need to make sure I'm at full health.
Moment of silence for Daisy.
Yeah, feel free to discuss in chat. Okay, I am not at full health. I'll fix that. Yeah. Free biscuit. You know what? We take those. Okay. Okay.
40 is just ash and bones.
Yep.
That is true anime.
Oh, he's getting me with the egg better.
Get egg bat.
Yeah. Okay. So... Oh, nice crit. Unnecessary, but nice crit. Okay, because Ryu's now at low health, I'm going to assume this guy targets Ryu, which means I'm going... Scramble, and I'm going to attack up Rand instead. This is the backup strat. Target Ryu? Yeah, there we go. 7,000 is looks 10? Yeah, I am not touching that one. That is all you. You're correct, but I'm not looking to get myself cancelled on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter.
Nice job keeping that legally defensible, Charles.
Thanks. That's part of my job description. I mean, I teach at the university level, so my students are primarily 18 to 20, which is like in the age range where I want to be relatable, but in ways that are not legally problematic to the university. Okay, let's revive Ryu. Skippity? Sorry, Shogun, the toilet splits were earlier in the run. Okay, Ryu is not at full mana, so I'm gonna have to do another Ryu. Also, the Zot-Zot. You're gonna get injured by the Zot-Zots. Really fruit?
This fight coming up is so hard if you don't know the right strategy.
Yeah. Fortunately, it is 100% scripted. So as long as you've got the notes, it's fine. But it is a little bit terrifying, and you are going to see me take the inputs very slowly. Because you can absolutely throw the run here if you make a mistake. Shogun, have you thrown a run here? I haven't. This is one of the run throws I haven't done yet.
Yet.
That is a very pointed yet. Okay, Fire Puppy, the left one. Ice Chunk. Ice Chunks. Are. Attack of Ryu. Ice Chunk. So we bought these Ice Chunks all the way back at the Fire Rock shop for precisely this fight. Oh yeah, we all failed the Blueberry text box. So these 3 eyeballs, one of them always casts Flame, one of them always casts Freeze, and one of them always casts Cure 3. Conveniently, the one that casts Flame is weak to Ice, and the one that casts Freeze is weak to Fire, which we are exploiting to kill these off very quickly.
And it's a very cruel joke by the game designers that they just gave you a max damage, hits everyone, super baller dragon spell that you cannot use in this fight or you will not get the good ending.
Yeah, you need to not kill the old man here to get the good ending. It looks like I'm risking doing a lot of damage to him, but these ice chunks do a very... Like, it's not a 100% fixed, but they do damage in a very thin band. There's not much damage variance, so we know that 2 ice chunks are safe. Crit! Nice! 671 is the good number. That is actually the highest damage roll. That was
Sweet.
more damage than actually was necessary, but I'm not complaining. Alright. Dad has been rescued. That is, in fact, Dad from the very start of the game.
It's Dad! And that's why you can't kill him,
Yep.
obviously.
And
Like,
why the
killing him
category is
bad
affectionately nicknamed Dad%.
Yeah. Because you saved Dad.
Okay, so what's left to do? We have to trigger the good ending.
Yeah.
Then we just warp to
that.
gate. Yeah, there's no actual mucking around left. There's just the one fuse, and we have to pick up the dinker. But all the excuse me. All the cooking got cut out of the route. Your cooking mama split is in a different category.
Love the Cooking Mama split.
Although I do have that stamina, I could just duck my head into the kitchen and pick up a wise ball. That's probably worth doing. It's stamina and 2 W fruit, I think. Pretty sure. But it's going to be about like 8 to 10 seconds to cook the wise ball, and it probably saves that much time on Baruberry, so I'm gonna do it.
I surely would if I was you.
If nothing else, it makes the Baruberry fight easier. Like, there's just less brain work involved. Even if it's time neutral. It might be time neutral, but, like, brain easier. Which is good with me. Alrighty then. As was foretold, 1 cookening. Right, so it's 2 W fruit and a stamina, I think. I hope I remembered this right. Yeah, wise ball. Okay, and oh, when did I pick up a second stamina? Didn't I sell that one? I mean, I'm not complaining. Give me all the wise balls. Baruberry will not be able to handle my balls. I'm sorry. I won't do that again.
You should be. You should be sorry for that, man. What was that?
You're a bad person. You should feel bad.
This is the energy I love in a speedrun.
Okay, we have triggered the good ending.
Yep.
We did it.
I know you just got freed from this machine, but
Back in
come
another
hop in
one.
this machine.
We're gonna plug you into a different one. Yeah, so basically the triggering the good ending requires the very specific combination of poking your head down into the well to see that there's a funky machine down here. Speaking to Chi-Chi in Guts, so that she comes and checks out the funky machine in your town, and saving your dad from the grand church so that we can plug your dad into the funky machine in the well beneath your town. And it turns out that you get a flying town. Now, this doesn't come completely... We will not be using it. This seems like it comes completely out of nowhere. It actually doesn't, but we just kind of glossed over all of the plot from High Fort, which it turns out was actually relevant the whole time. The whole thing with the High Fort segment was that there was a very similar machine in High Fort that Shupke wanted to plug the princess into that was supposedly going to turn High Fort into some kind of godly weapon of war. And it was probably going to do the exact same thing that this one did, which would have turned it into a giant flying fortress. But we just kind of beat Shupke up and then blew up High, and then the machine exploded and blew up High Fort before we got to see what it did. This is what it would have done.
See, that's not at all where I thought you were going with that. I thought you were going to point out that Township was a town that's also a ship.
Oh, yeah. Township is also it's named Township, and it's a town that's also a ship. So it's also
foreshadowing
not
is a
completely
literary device.
Yeah, foreshadowing is a literary device. But no, I mean, like, there's actual plot that sets this up.
Yeah.
There's also a dumb naming convention that sets this up.
Hey, Pax.
Yeah?
Pax, did you know that
Oh,
Gar
don't you dare.
is a gargoyle?
Don't you dare. I was a kid, man.
Take it, there's a deep Charles lore with this one.
I mean, you've already heard the entire joke. The joke is that it took Pax way more years than are really defensible to realize that the Breath of Fire 3 character Gar, who is a gargoyle, is named Gar because he's a gargoyle. It's okay, Pax got there eventually.
I got there eventually. I was immersed in the story and the characters.
Okay, we're gonna pull a sweet little bit of speed tech here. We have to leave. But walking is slow, so instead of walking out of here, we're instead gonna go in here. And as a bonus, we get to make a new BFF. Hi there. Let's be friends. And very conveniently, we can do this.
In the defense of Asparagus, Spar is not actually called that in this version of the game until the end credits.
But it is in the end credits.
Where you find out that Ryu's last name is Bateson.
Yep. So here's a fun fact. I'm currently the author of the fastest tool-assisted speedrun for Breath of Fire 2. I made one in 2020 and then released a new and improved updated version this year, beginning of. But before me, there was another. Hang on, where do I have to go? I'm warping to township. There was an older Breath of Fire 2 task released in about 2011 by one Janus. Or Janus. Or Janus, I don't know how he pronounces that. And in that, Janus did the entire minigame that I have just skipped, wherein you have to go to Cotland, and that guy says Patty went to have lunch. And then, hang on, Unite, Cat, Spoo, shit. And then you go to the Wildcat Cafe, and it's like, oh, Patty went treasure hunting again. And then you go to Thieves' Tomb, and someone at Thieves' Tomb tells you she went in Township. You can skip all of that. You don't have to do any of it. You just have to talk to the guard to start the quest, and then you can come straight here, and Patty's already here. But,
again, it's one of those like the earlier bit of skipping stuff that we did if you're in the know.
Yeah, but the original task from 2011 did not know that. And that was what originally prompted me to try making my own tasks, is I watched it, it's like, but there's just a 3-minute time save at the end of the run. You don't have to do any of this. I can do better than that, so I did. That's the lore. No, we made friends with the Devil Shaman. You just watch me do it. We have Devil Cat now. She's blue.
Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
Thank you. I was hoping somebody would follow that. Okay. I did pick up the Dinger. I'll check this. Warp. Alright, party switch to Rand Le Jean.
Jean?
Jean.
In this day and age?
I know. In this economy?
At this time of year?
Localized
Located
entirely within your kitchen?
Your living room?
We use John for this one fight and then rob him of his moon drop. Or
Yep.
sorry, his vanilla extract.
We need to take Cat out of the party anyway, because immediately after this next boss fight, there is a cutscene that de-shamanizes all of your party members, but only the ones that you have with you. The ones that are in the PC are safe.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Otherwise, you could just bring Cat here, and there'd be no need to go back out to the dragon statue afterward. It is a little unfortunate. The Breath of Fire 2's Shaman mechanic is so cool, but it's so awkwardly implemented. You lose the Shaman way too easily, and you have to go all the way back to Township to get it put back. It kind of sucks. But we still use it in the speedrun because it is hecka useful.
Strat is brilliant, really.
I love this strat so much. I'm just gonna wait until we actually start setting it up, and then I'll gush about it. First, we have a boss fight.
Babaruku.
Babaruku is a weird name. Hey, it's this asshole. Although I have to say, along with the Necroman, this guy might have the best boss sprite in the game.
Oh, it's fantastic. It strikes fear into the hearts of many children.
The cephalopope.
Just, I want everyone to think about all of the cool demon forms that we have faced throughout this game, not you, Trout. And then gaze upon the face of fear.
The gene splicing dragons mechanic in Breath of Fire 3 is the coolest friggin' thing. I love Breath of Fire 3's dragon system. And all hail the Cephalopope. Attack. Ryu.
Look at him. He's just a little guy, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
he is absolutely just a little guy. I was supposed to attack up Rand, not Ryu. That is my bad. It's fine, this guy is completely non-threatening and nothing bad has ever happened in this fight. So this guy's AI does not quite work as intended. He is supposed to have a clause in his battle script that says if he's at low AP, cast Drain to restore some of his AP. With high probability. Instead, what he has is, if at full AP, cast Drain with high probability. So, very likely he will just cast a Drain round after round and not actually do anything. But sometimes he does this! Oh boy, I'm getting the Bolt X. Ooh, those are big numbers. Ah, ouch. Ouch, owie. Okay. It is alright. It is okay. Have a Moondrop for this. The thing is, he is supposed to have, like, a tiered battle script. He has 4 different spell lists, and which spell list he casts from depends on his current health. Like, when he's at near full health, he has one spell list, and when he's near dead, he has another spell list, etc. And his near dead spell list is by far the most lethal one of the 4. But due to a programming error, he doesn't look at his current health compared to his max health to figure out what health he's at. He looks at your first slot party member's max health compared to his max health. And because Ryu's health is only a couple hundred tops, and Habaruku has 2,500, he'll always think he's at low HP. Which means that if he ever gets out of his drain lock, he will then immediately go into his almost dead murder spell list and start casting Bolt X all over the place. So that fight is either free as hell or extremely dangerous, and nothing in between. There is also a dialogue boss here.
Right here.
You could just straight up trigger the bad ending here.
Yep.
So we went to all of that effort to unlock the good ending. If you don't unlock the good ending and beat the game, you get what we call the neutral ending. And right here is a single dialogue prompt that starts on the incorrect answer. And if you select it, you just lose the game.
I think we were all starting to say the same thing at the same time about that.
Defeat. Alright. Dialogue boss defeated. Okay, what am I doing? Emblem Rapier on jaune. Heal Ryu in blue. Exit. Correct. That'll make sense. Where'd Dragon go? Dragon is Mom.
Yeah.
Next question, where'd Mom go? Parents do not have a good track record in this game. Life expectancy of a parent is measured in hours.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Nina's parents come out the best.
Yep. Her dad is only fatally ill for the entire game.
But I believe the credits
does
imply
recover.
that he gets better.
He does get better at the end.
And also, Nina's parents learn to love their daughter again, so there's that too.
Do one of these. This. Extract. Items. W3.
such an interesting mechanic that second accessory slot being empty increases the lead off.
I love this game for stuff like that. It is so jank under the hood. Okay.
Glorious
Red,
spaghetti.
blue, catch. And we are throwing in the mother of all safety saves because what is to follow is 100% safe. Nothing bad has ever happened. Okay. So now this requires a little bit of finesse. We're gonna commence with the boppening. Start with...
There's some interesting things that are about to happen.
Yeah. Attack up. Yeah, this is the most consistent strat. You'll goddammit, Blue, don't dodge. You jerk. The crit was gonna be so good, too. In the face. No, not hers. Oh, daisies. Okay, Cat is fine. Nothing bad ever happens. Nothing bad ever happens? Nice. Please hit Ryu. Ryu, crit yourself. Ryu, crit yourself, please. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. One time. Never mind, that's enough damage. Thank you. Alright. Never fails. Always works. We're gonna take Ryu's sword. And...
Now, for everyone paying attention, it might look like we're setting up some kind of death warp here. That's not what we're doing. We're doing something much better.
Cooler. So, I have been saying for the entire run that the run chance in this game is not good. And it's not. It's a comparative speed roll between your current party members and the enemy's current party members. However, there's a catch. It only considers people who are not dead. So currently my party's average speed is just Cat's speed. And I have loaded up Cat with the fastest shaman transformation and the fastest gear in the game. Cat currently has all of the speed, which means she is very close to a 100% success run against all but one enemy in here. Unfortunately, all but one is not all but none, so this can still go wrong.
So, amusingly, the strategy for basically the entire game has been never run from the random battles, except when you get the lead-off attacks that guarantee the run. And now our strategy for the final dungeon is run from everything.
Yep. The funny thing is the lead-off attack actually now costs time, because the dialogue box that tells you got a lead-off attack takes about a second to go away. But this is the final dungeon, and the encounter rate is super high, and the fights are super slow, so we are happy to just not engage with any of it. And yes, I am in 100% agreement with you, Yago. The Devil Cat sprite is just 10 out of 10, no notes, A+. Would fuse again.
I mean, really, I've got no notes for any of the character battle sprites. They're all fantastic.
I would put one note on the default Jean sprite, which says, assume the position. Just as a reminder, by the way, what you are currently witnessing is the reduced encounter rate because of the smoke effect. This is the best it gets. If you are not using a smoke or the holy scarf, the encounter rate is worse than this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so awful. Before the cat strat, previously we had Angel Nina. If you fuse Nina, she gets the special ability Banish, which just forces the enemies to run away from battle, but it has only about an 80% success rate. And if the enemy resists the Banish, they can just bop Nina on the nose and you lose your Shaman. And also, Nina's just not faster than the enemies in here, so they all get a swing anyway. It just... The Nina Banish strat was not good.
No, it was what you had to do.
Yeah, it was slow and unreliable. The only thing slower is actually just straight up fighting all these idiots. Which is what you have to do in Brave Man, because all the Shaman transformations are banned. And also Dragons are banned, so you have to fight them honorably with your sword. Brave Man is such a great category. I love it.
You should run it more.
Should I, or should Shogun?
I mean, why not both?
Imagine what the speedrun would look like if this was just the run chance by default. It would be a completely different game.
Well, it's like my Treasure of the Rudras speedrun, where I don't fight any of the random battles because I run from literally all of them.
Okay, so the important thing to know is that we are now in the danger zone. The outside room here can spawn Gannet fights. Now, the Gannets are not really a problem. It's these little idiots. Where is my Empire Sword? See, these things are not threatening. They do almost no damage, and you just use the Empire Sword once and it kills all of them. They are not the problem. The problem is that they can be accompanied by a Daedalus. The Daedalus is a problem because he can absolutely one-shot you and everything you stand for. If they show up together, you are not safe because of the Daedalus, but you can't run because those Gannets have literally the max agility stat. They have 511 agility, just for fun.
That's the safety save.
Hence the safety save. Yeah, if it weren't for the Gannets plus Daedalus fight, we would not really need to safety save because the run chance is so good against everything else. It is not quite literally 100%. I think it's basically like a Gen 1 miss in Pokemon. I haven't tested it thoroughly, but I get the impression that there's always a very tiny chance for your run to fail, because I have run from things that I should mathematically have a 100% run chance against, but it's very rare. We are more than halfway there. Are approaching safety, but I have not yet unclenched, because there's still like 10 more fights between us and the door. Those are the stairs. We're almost there.
Oh man.
Nothing bad has ever happened, right? Eat it? Oh, this game is so free. Hashtag easy.
Had it the whole time.
It's so nerve-wracking because it is like almost completely safe except when it isn't.
You gotta be kind of watch out and be careful a little bit here. There's a
You don't talk to the old man trap.
Yeah. If you talk to the old man here, you just lose 15 minutes.
I think it's closer to 10. But yeah, you donate a whole lot of time to charity.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So what I'm hearing is do that.
No,
Talk
I'm hungry. I want to go and have lunch. I will not be doing that today.
Yeah. How long would you say is left in the room?
Probably 35 minutes or so, 35, 40.
Okay. I'll just shoot a message to...
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just over half an hour. Yeah, it's 10 minutes for the Anthony thing, 10 minutes for Barberry, 10 minutes for walking around, 10 minutes for Death Heaven, give or take. So if you are familiar with Breath of Fire 2, but not familiar with the speedrun, then you will know that before we can finish the game, we have to do the Anthony cutscene to unlock the power of the dragon. But that's really inconvenient, because that cutscene not only revives our entire party, but also steals Cat's shaman transformation. And those are both awful. So I will not actually be getting Anthony, I am just going to skip it.
Yeah, it's not like we need it for the final fight.
No, it's optional, really. Who needs to be the final boss? Done yapping at me? Please be done yapping? Thank you. Alright, let me out of here. And we are safety saving, because holy moly. Alright. Infinity, Part 2. The dungeon is called Infinity because that's the encounter rate.
Infinity 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Hi. So the Ganet Daedalus fight does also exist on this screen, although now that we've just safety saved, it's a lot less terrifying.
I would also like to point out just how missable Anthony is. It's in that door that we just passed.
It's
to the
fine.
right there.
If it was important, they would have put a sign up or something.
It's not like you need it to beat the final boss or anything.
Huh. That is the first Infinity in quite a while that I did not get a Daedalus fight. I usually average one in every run. They're not instant wipes or anything. You have ways out of the fight. It's just by far the most dangerous thing.
It's spooky.
It is spooky. The Daedalus itself is slow, so if you can survive one turn, then you're okay, because on the first turn you use the Empire Sword to kill off all the Ganets, and then on the second turn you can run from the Daedalus. So you only have to live one turn. You could also, you have a 25% chance of getting a lead-off attack, and then you're okay. And if you don't get a lead-off attack, then the Daedalus on turn 1 will always try to cast Attack Up. The thing is, if the thing it tried to cast Attack Up on is dead, in other words, if it was a Ganet that you killed with the Empire Sword, then instead of retargeting its Attack Up, instead it'll just punch you. So if it's a Daedalus and 2 Ganets, then there's a 2 in 3 chance he'll try and punch you because he queued up his buff on a Ganet that you killed, and a 1 in 3 chance he'll buff himself, and then you get off scot-free. So you've got a 1 in 4 chance for a leadoff, and then you've got a 1 in X chance, depending on how many Gannets are in the fight, to have him not attack you. And then you also have the, it's like 20-ish% chance to dodge if he does attack you. And then there's also a reasonable chance to survive the hit. And any of those things means your run is not dead. But he can also just one-shot you, so
He can also just end your...
You prefer to not take the risk. Alright, so now we're gonna have to do some revives. Vampire Sword. And have to take those shoes. Which is like, she's a snake. How is she wearing shoes in the first place? These are important questions. Okay, I need full AP on Ryu, which I have. I need to Dinker Ryu because he is only level 27. We need to order vanilla extract. Wise BLs. Okay, that will do.
All right. Hardest fight in the game.
Not to be confused with the final boss.
Yeah,
which is
two different
not
things.
Not the hardest fight in the game.
Or the biggest run ender, which is actually just Cat.
You are not wrong.
Alright, Barberry Strat, Phase 1. Let's go. We are going to defense. We are going to G-Dragon. We are going to W-Fruit the Ryu. We are going to attack up the Ryu, and we're going to defend. Hex. I will maybe not do that, but thank you. Cold Breath is excellent. That is no risk.
Also, everyone, please take the opportunity to enjoy this whop of a boss battle theme.
It is pretty boppin'. W-Fruit. W-Fruit. Give him the bop. Good old boop on the snoot. And do not screw up the dialogue boss. No. Alright, we're good. We're good.
If you say yes there, you have to fight him
1v1.
honorably 1v1.
It's a good time.
Again, how cruel is this game for putting the default option on, yes, I would like to fight you 1v1?
Oh, I have a biscuit. I can use the biscuit. That's even better.
You don't even have to risk it for the biscuit.
Biscuit also adds a defense buff.
Yeah, that's the reason it's nice. It makes it less likely that Ryu's going to get one shot by a physical. G-Dragon, Wise Ball, and that biscuit. The game hates you for playing it. That is the exact right description. Okay, G-Dragon number 2. Good. That is a pleasantly low damage roll. I approve. Oh, goodbye, Devil Cat. Welcome back, regular cat. G-Dragon. Wise Ball. Drop. That should have been the vanilla extract, because the Moondrop just stripped the biscuit buff. It's fine, whatever. Nothing bad ever happens. I'm so not used to having a biscuit here in any percent. That was 3 G-Dragons. Those are the big numbers. That is a big number. Alright, now we do a clever. Come with me on this adventure as I do a clever. Ryu is going to equip the Mother Robe, cast the G-Dragon, Rand is going to Wise Ball, he's going to Moondrop, Cat Defend. So the reason I just gave Ryu a different shirt is it made him slower. It's a heavier shirt, which means that Barberry is going to attack before Ryu. That's important because, good lord, 5 HP. The lower Barberry's health gets, the more damage he does. So on the second final turn, I make Ryu slower. So this Barberry still has over 2,000 health. And now I'm going to cast this dragon, and then put his lighter shirt back on and cast a second G-Dragon, and he is going to take all 2,000 of that damage at the end. And he will, therefore, not murder me. I love it when he doesn't murder me.
It's good to not get murdered. It's a clever trick, not as clever as pizza. The joke for everyone who isn't aware, there is an item in this game called the Pan Pizza, and it is the key to beating him solo.
Alright, and the white line appeared, so we did not get the crash.
Oh, right, I forgot the
Yeah,
game
there is a crash there. It's rare, fortunately. Okay.
Right, I remember when we first saw that, and it was like,
Keelan.
What?
Keelan. We've given the whole scarf to you. Exiting. Alright, so that whole thing about skipping the thing you need to beat the final boss, yeah, it turns out we still need it. So now we're going to come back and get it.
Yeah, we're doing a very clever thing where we're exiting. We're going to the dragon statue to save, which sets that as our death point. So then we can use the exit spell, which just brings us back to here. And then we can just do the short walk back to the Anthony door. And then once we're done with that segment, we can death warp back to the dragon statue at the bottom. And doing it that way allowed us to use Shamanized Cat the whole way down, whereas doing Anthony first would mean that Cat loses her transformation in the Anthony cutscene, and you would just have to walk down normally, which sucks and is slow.
Very slow. Okay. I don't know if this is literally fastest, but it's good enough. Was Cat's transformation what stopped you from getting a good equip in the darkness? Well, Cat lost her transformation during the Barberry fight, so I could have picked it up if I wanted, I just didn't want, because this is any percent, we're going fast. And nothing bad ever happens. But yeah, if you want, you can sacrifice 30 seconds, put Sten in the party, and go and get the life bracelet. It is not a terrible safety, as safeties go. Okay, cool. That was a good walk to Anthony. And now, we have 10 interminable minutes of dialogue. I can't even call it plot, because nothing happens. They're just yapping. So,
10
feels like
grueling
forever.
minutes of nothing happening, but you don't even get an input break.
no, it's the worst. Okay, how's it going in chat? Oh, wow, we're up to 300 people. Neat.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, we've been sitting in high 200s most of the time. You're all fantastic people. apologize if any of my eating sounds come through the microphone. I got a special cinnamon bun delivery.
Very nice. And no, I wasn't hearing anything.
Excellent.
And they only hear what I hear, so it should be good. Oh, we're so close to the end. We've got under half an hour to go. I'm almost free!
I love how there's not a room for blue in this.
Yeah, but I mean, it saves a minute. They
True.
should have had rooms for no one, and we could have saved 10 minutes. If not for this idiot cutscene, a sub 6 would be totally achievable RTA. Spar gets done real dirty in the speedrun because he just joins at too low a level, and also Bleu exists and does his job but better, but Spar is actually a really cool character casually.
Yeah, Spar's probably my favorite character in this game. A close not a close second, but my second place is actually unironically Jean, because I like frogs. And he's a funny little guy.
He is a funny little guy. Cat is my favorite character because I am extremely vanilla, but I would probably pick Spar as my second. Part of the problem is this game has been out too long and everybody knows about Bleu. And if you play the game without Bleu, suddenly Spar becomes incredibly good. Spar learns all of Attack Up, Defense Up X, Warp, Exit, and Cure 2. Spar actually has a phenomenal spell list. He is incredibly useful. The only reason that nobody really cares is because Bleu also has those spells. Well, she doesn't have Defense Up X or Cure 2, but you can also just cook biscuits for a better version of the same thing. And Bleu joins at literally 3 times Spar's level.
You can also get a free Cure. No, Ray doesn't give you Cure 2, I think.
Ray does give you Cure 2. He can't give it to Bleu because she isn't in the party yet, but he can give it to Nina.
Yeah, you can get a free Cure 2 on basically anyone except Bleu.
But like the things that make Spar good are the exact same things that makes Bleu good, which sucks for Spar. But if you just play the game and it's like, okay, I'm gonna not use Bleu and I'm not gonna totally overuse cooking healing items, Spar actually becomes great. Because he's your only other source of the attack up buff, and the attack buff up is stacked. And it's also very handy to have Exit and Warp on the same character, rather than having Exit on Nina and Warp on Jean, which are your other 2 options.
Also, notably, Spar has 3 unique Shaman fusions.
They do. They're all very cool.
Which is, again, something that you don't really get to see in the speedrun. We only really make use of Cat's unique transformation, but like when you're playing casually...
It is nice
really
that he fits into basically any party.
Yeah.
Because you can pick any of his Shaman transformations and they're fine.
Yeah, it's just a shame that Spar shows up so late and at such a low level.
Yep. I believe in Breath of Fire 1, your first party member friend is actually Nina, not Bo.
Yeah,
Bo is
it
second.
Nina. Not by much, but Nina also does have you spend some time with Nina in the solo section before she officially joins your party.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Lemon, but I literally just finished tassing that segment of Breath of Fire 1 3 days ago. I promise Nina joins the party before Bo does.
Yeah.
Alright, time to actually continue with the gameplay now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
At
right.
last.
We're playing a game, aren't we?
Oops. Fortunately, I only screw up the dialogue boxes that don't end the game instantly. You would have 2 nickels, but it is funny that it happened twice. And that's the Anthony split. Alright. Now let's see how efficiently we can punch ourselves in the face. Okay, if I'm right, the timer on stream should say like 6:24-ish right now.
It sure does.
It sure do. Alright. Okay, so I said that for every minute after world record, I am paying $1, and I'm going by the timer on the stream, not the timer of the run, which is 12 minutes apart, because bigger number is good. Bigger number good. So from now, it's about... Those are not big numbers, Cat. These do more damage. The fan translation changes Bo to Bosch, Cat to Lin, Nina and Rand and Sten stay the same, Jean stays the same, Spar becomes Aspara, Bleu stays the same. That's the
I
list.
think Jean is Tapita in
Is
the
it?
fan translation. I think
You
so.
are correct. Yes, it is Tapita. I am mistaken.
What does the Anthem power do? You use it in the final boss so that you can actually
We will
do the
be
fight.
there very shortly. Also, I got the worst Death Warp fight known to man. These things never attack you.
If you're familiar with Final Fantasy IV, it's like using the crystal in the fight against Zemus.
Oh. These do not dodge. Oh, do they use Deus? Pax, do you remember? Do they use Deus?
In the retranslation?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been years.
Yeah,
since
it's been years for me too. I honestly don't remember. Sarah, you might be right.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Alright. Ye Endless Death Warp has been almost achieved. Every other enemy down here will actually assist with killing you, but these things do not. It might actually have been faster to just kill these and find another fight. Cool. Okay. Onward. Off is nice. second encounter on this screen is not nice. I mean, they did poke me, but they do trivial amounts of damage, so it doesn't help. And they also spend a lot of time just casting random buff spells with long animations. RRLAT, move to level 28. And just in case, I'm gonna do... in case we get another random encounter, this way I'll have another dragon for it. And of course, every time I do the safety menu, there is no encounter. The bonus encounter only shows up when I don't safety menu. Alright, final boss.
Final boss.
Here we go.
Somebody can throw a 10-minute warning at the mods in the Discord.
Sure.
But there's also an epilogue and some credits. I'm happy to let them do that if the next runner's not ready. But this means this is actually going to be a good time, especially considering all the absolute idiot goofs I did in the mid-game. This is going to roll in a little under 6:30 as the actual runtime. That's not what will show on the screen, which is 12 minutes ahead. But personally, I think anything under 6:30 is a perfectly respectable finish. So I am content. It's a lot better than the 8.5-hour glitchless runs I used to do back in the day.
Remember our very, very, very first...
Wasn't those like 12 hours long? The very first runs we ever did when we were still routing? Yeah.
Yeah, 11, 12 hours.
Good times.
Time.
Alright. Have to give this guy the little wiggle wiggle. You just have to mash left and right, or like mash the D-pad to break out of that spell. Get back here. Fisticuffs. This is incredibly epic.
I love this music.
I love the animation. Ryu's just absolutely cheesing it.
It's like
Feels
Dragon
like he's
Ball.
about to fall over.
Yep. So this very final scene with Death Evan is, for my money, and this is of course totally subjective, I think this is the one place where the original 90s translation is better than the fan retranslation. The fan retranslation is much more standard, like, evil villain dialogue. Because the 90s translation is so awkward and stilted, it makes him feel much more otherworldly. Like,
A little bit eldritch.
yeah, Eldritch is a good word for it. You feel very much like you are just completely beneath him in a way that doesn't come across in the fan translation, which is a little unfortunate, but the rest of it is so good that I'm not gonna pillory them for that. Anyway, break into pieces. And now we use the magic of friendship, because the power of the dragon was actually the friends we made along the way. Which is just A+, no notes. I don't care how stereotypical this is. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very much the same beat that they use at the end of Final Fantasy IV, where it's like, all of our friends are gone, and it's just us versus the big bad, and you can't kill him until you use the MacGuffin, and the power of friendship brings your friends back, and it's like,
if you lean into the cliche hard enough, it becomes really cool again.
yeah.
All right. I said I wanted sub 6:30. My timer shows 6:20 and seconds. I got 10 minutes to punch an Eldritch God in the face. Let us go.
Get him. Make him feel pain.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Oh, and we're over 300 viewers. You guys are all really cool. I will say, it does feel really nice to be at this point in the run and it not be the middle of the night or like 7 in the morning after being up all night.
Zell, I don't know what it is, but every time you put Breath of Fire 2 in a marathon, the people come out for it.
Yeah.
It's got what viewers crave, I guess. I honestly don't understand it either, but I'm not complaining. The really longathon chat for Breath of Fire runs is always top tier.
You heard it here, folks. Come watch Breath of Fire 2 at really, really longathon. You can get your daily dose of electrolytes.
Alright, he gave Ryu the tickle tickle, that is fine. It would be very cool if they made a new Breath of Fire game, but on the other hand, they already made a bunch of cool Breath of Fire games, and clearly I am happy just replaying them for the rest of my life. But I'm also delighted that people find this just a comfy hangout. Good Lord, Rand is finding the huge numbers. Well done. Well done. Good job. And that's missing, please? Nope, that is unfortunate. Okay, so we're gonna attack up Rand's corpse and life kill. Tickle. Ooh, that's yep. 3 HP is 2 more HP than you need, am I right?
Take it.
Alright, we are giving him the business. We are vanilla extract. We are... Oh no, that is the wrong order. Fire Rock with Blue, vanilla extract with Cat. Cat is faster than Death Evan because of all her speed gear. Bleu is decidedly not. Alright. Disappear is a nuisance because it undoes my buffs. So I'm gonna have to reapply those.
Not buffs.
Not the buffs! I know, it's awful. Oh, Rand once again locating the crits though, that's pretty good.
Charles, you said you're about 12 minutes ahead of the screen timer.
Yeah, my timer is about to roll over to 6:24.
Gotcha.
Because I restarted the run 12 minutes in when I completely boofed the shopping glitch in Hometown. That was funny. Fire rocks. Death. That is unlucky. BoF 3 is a PS1 game, that is correct. I thought BoF 4 was PS2, but maybe it was just very late PS1.
Yeah, BoF 1 or BoF 4 is also PS1.
Yeah, BoF 5 is PS2, Dragon Quarter. I could not get into Breath of Fire. Oh my goodness, he's already in Bone Laser territory. Okay, so at 50% health, he stops casting Disappear and starts casting the Boner Laser. Which means we are almost done. We are getting there rapidly, especially because Rand just can't not crit. What a legend.
Yeah, these crits are legendary right now.
Now, it's not too late to throw for charity.
Pax speaking the unfortunate into existence. I've never played Dragon Quarter myself, but I have watched speedruns, and I think it is an interesting game. I have no negative feelings about it. I do not mind when games try something different.
Unless you're a bad mobile gacha game.
That's not different, that's just bad.
That's just bad.
This is a pretty good Death Evan. If I had got this Death Evan in my PB would have been the record, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah, normally it's Ryu who's the crit machine, but Rand is just out here having absolutely no mercy. He's at it again! Somebody stop this man! Good lord. Okay.
He cannot be contained.
Yeah, I also haven't had to moondrop at all. This has been a really nice fight. Like, I had to reapply attack up a couple of times because of death's hitting, but this is still very good. Alright, just for value, because I had the extra wise ball from getting the 2 stamina drops, here we go. Just for the fans. 1 bonus final G-Dragon. I think this kills him? It does not kill him. Instead, Rand is locating 1 final crit. There we go. That's time!
Nice.
On my
Big
end, that
GG
is a
draws.
6:26:54, which means that on the screen it's 6:38 or 6:39.
Right at 6:39.
6:39. That is 24 minutes over the world record. I owe Really Longathon $24 Canadian. So everybody who is in a financially comfortable position and has already not donated a huge amount of money, I invite you to match me. But you have been an excellent chat. My co-commentators have been excellent co-commentators. Thank you for waking up at ass o'clock in the morning to keep me company. This has been delightful.
Yeah,
Yes,
you guys
sir.
have all been great. Thank you to the 300 people that stayed throughout this entire thing to watch us.
If you donate 30-ish Canadian, you get a chat badge? Screw it, I'm in. Let's just throw the credits time into the calculation. I'm good. We love charity. Also, big thanks to Zell and Frosty for continuing to run these every year and accepting my silly Super Nintendo game every single time. Often multiple times, because Zell likes to use the tool-assisted speedrun as filler. Incidentally, Zell, if you ever throw the filler in this month, ping me on Discord, and if I'm awake, I will come and do, like, commentary / answering questions for chat. That would be delightful. I would be very happy to do that. Alright. If you have the next runner all lined up, you can boot me at any time. Otherwise, I'm gonna roll us through the epilogue, get us to the credit crawl. You got the runner all lined up? Alright, you can boot me at your leisure then. John Orsi just donated $25. You are real cool. Apple Sandwich just donated $30.
You're also cool.
Mine, I will have to go and dig out my wallet and then figure out how the hell I'm doing this. I haven't donated money in a while. As soon as I figure out the interface, you will get my $30 Canadian.